I'm going to answer all of your burning questions that you asked in the other post. So what kind of school do families and the kids do on the cruises and trips, or is it just a vacation? So none of what we do is just a vacation, because world schooling means you derive education, information, schooling, growth, learning from traveling. Now, it doesn't have to end there. There's a lot of families that actually teach their kids just from traveling alone. They don't have like a special curriculum where they sit down with math and language arts. They actually teach that stuff on the go while we're traveling and exploring things. And yes, you can learn math very easily while traveling. In general, I would say every single family has their own setup. We don't dictate how they do school. We don't have a curriculum. We don't have a school on board. We don't provide school on any of our trips. We provide the community, the world schooling community. We provide the educational opportunities with the group excursions and the land tours. We provide the group travel and the opportunity for the kids to be more independent and for the adults to meet people who get them, who have different lifestyles. But the schooling part, just like in any homeschooling, is always left to the parent, because homeschoolers did not quit school in order to have someone else, like me, for example, to dictate how they're going to do school. So every family decides how they do this. And I would say it's usually split into 50-50 based on my personal experience of talking to the families and seeing the families. I would say 50% of the families continue their homeschool studies on the ship, on the trip. It's harder to do it on our land trips because our land trips are a lot more demanding, like it's actual like group travel and exploration nonstop. On cruises, you have more sea days, so there's a lot more like leisure time, and the families can kind of set their own flow and their speed, and do their own thing as well as the group thing. So a lot of the families on the long cruises with lots of sea days actually continue their normal schooling. They usually weave the ports and the experiences they're having into their curriculum. Some families, let's say, will stop the curriculum that they're on and instead assign certain like things and subjects for kids to study that is relevant to what it is we're exploring. Like on our Greek cruise, we'll focus on Greek mythology. On the Mediterranean cruise, where you like hit Rome, you'll focus on that end of history and literature and culture. Then the other 50% of the parents, they are either already unschooled, or meaning they let their kids learn from living, from experiencing. That doesn't mean just not learning anything. Unschooling is actually quite educational. And there are a few parents that just say, you know what, we want this to be solely a social thing. We want our kids to just have fun, socialize. It's because this is not a vacation. People don't join this because they want to go on a vacation. If they wanted to go on vacation, they would just go on a vacation with their family. They're joining this because they want to meet and hang out with families that are like theirs, that understand their lifestyle, that are not going to ask them dumb questions, that they can relate with, but then also learn from, because we have families from all walks of life and all different all different countries and home bases. So a lot of families jump on these trips to kind of immerse themselves into this lifestyle, the travel lifestyle. Many families are full-time traveling. Many families are looking to full-time travel. And they want to learn. They want to see how other people do schooling. They want to see how other people do traveling, how they do life, how they do remote work, how they figured this out. So for many people, it's a research trip, and they just want their kids to just have a great time socializing. Think of it like a summer camp with a lot of like life skills, independence, and also like experiential learning.